Hey there, Bryson with Dimes for Dollars here, and I'm excited to announce that we started a new series today where we're going to fill out some penny books. We got the very first hunt, boxes 1 and 2. Got them right over there. Pop the tops and they are indeed circulated, so we're going to have a hunt. I'm really excited to do this. I've seen other channels do it, but I'm really interested to see how the West Coast does in comparison. Let's get started on this. I'll pull this first box out and put these books aside, and we'll see what we can find. Well, before we get into it, I thought I'd show you this really cool find. Check this out. This is about as nice of a Canadian cent as you're going to see, and it's a 1964. There we go. Really nice condition. That's super cool. Maybe we should start a Canadian book too. But for now, we're going to do wheat pennies. So let's see what we got and see what we can fill out. Roll number 4, and we have our first wheat penny. And it's going to be a 1956 Denver. Roll number 5, and check it out. It's a really nice Canadian cent from 1964, like that ender. That's in really nice shape. Definitely glad to see that. I'm going to put that aside over here, and we'll get back to it. Roll number 7, and we have wheat penny number 2 now. And that one's going to be a 1947 San Francisco. Very next roll, and we've got one more. And yet again, it's going to be a 1956 Denver. Next roll again, and we got another shiny Canadian. Another 1964. Roll number 10, and we're going to have another 40s wheat penny. And this time it's going to be a 1948 San Francisco. Roll number 11 is going to have 2 wheat pennies. It's got one right here, 1952 San Francisco. And it's got one right back here. And that one's going to be a 1953 Denver. Roll 15, and we have another wheat penny here. 1957 Denver. Roll 19, and we have a couple nice finds here. We got another shiny Canadian, 1964. And we got a pre-40s. 1935, and that's a San Francisco. I already checked it out. That's super exciting. See if we can get that in a better angle. And you can just barely see the halfway point in the S. So it's an S. That's a nice coin. Nice start to the book. Let's get back to it. 31 more rolls to go. Very next roll, and we've got another wheat penny here. Looks to be in pretty nice shape. Oh, and that's going to be from the 40s. 1944 San Francisco. That's in pretty nice shape as well. I'll gladly take it. Add it up here with our 40s finds, and we'll get back to it. Roll 21, and we have another wheat penny. And this time, if we can get it to focus, it's going to be a 1950S. Well, same roll, just a few coins later, and we had a second wheat penny hiding out in there. 1944 Philly. Roll 22, and we have another 40s find. It's going to be a 1945 Philadelphia. Very next roll, and we've got another 2 wheat penny roll here. This first one, it's going to be a 1945 San Francisco. And the second one back here, just barely saw it. That's going to be a 1945 San Francisco as well. 2 in the same roll of the same date. That's kind of cool. I'll add those up there with our other finds. And we've got a lot of finds. I believe that puts us at 15 now. That's awesome. That's a great way to start a hunt. We got plenty of this box left to go. And we still have another box after that, so I'm really excited. Let's get back to it. Roll 26, and we've got another Wheatie. And this one's going to be a 1957 Denver. Roll 29, and we got another 40s find. It's going to be a 1948 San Francisco. Roll 32, and we have a 50s wheat penny. It's going to be a 1955 Denver. Very next roll, and we've got another double. We got 2 wheat pennies in this roll as well. 1946 Philadelphia right here. And back here we got one more. $19.40. Also Philadelphia. Awesome, that's our second oldest one on the hunt. Add it up there. We got 17 rolls to go in just this first box alone. Roll 35, and we're now at wheat cent number 20 in one box alone. 1954 Denver's the wheat penny. Definitely glad to see that. Add that up there to the finds, and we'll keep on going. Well, as luck would have it, there is one more wheat penny in that roll, right towards the end. 1946 Philly. Now we got 21. Very next roll, and we got a whole slew of finds here. We got 2 wheat pennies, almost back to back. And we got a nice shiny 64 Canadian. It's in really nice shape. In fact, it's so hard you can't even see it. But there it is. Another nice 64. That's the 4th one of the hunt so far, and we're only in box 1. Let's check out these wheat pennies. We got a 1944 San Francisco. And this one's a 52 Denver. Alright, let's get back to it. Roll 39, and we have another wheat penny. It's going to be a 1957 Denver. Very next roll, and we've got another. And this one is a 1952 Denver. Well, roll 43, and this has got to be a first for me. We got 4 wheat pennies in one roll, at least 4 I can see. We got a 42S right here in the front. And I can just see it peeking out back there. We got a 53. Also San Francisco. And we got a couple back here. You can see one right back there. And one right here. Let's see what they are. And that's going to be a 54 San Francisco. And that's going to be a 46 San Francisco. All San Franciscos. That's very strange. I'm almost certain this is a collection dump based on our number of finds. And I'm definitely glad to have them, especially starting off a hunt. Can't get much better than this. Got 7 rolls to go. I'll add all these finds up to the board, and we'll keep on going. Very next roll, and we did it again. We got 1 wheat penny, and this one's going to be a 1952 San Francisco. 4 rolls from then to box 1, and we got another 3 wheat penny roll. This first one's really tough to see, but it's going to be a 46 San Francisco. Back here we have another one. And that's going to be a 1952 San Francisco. Actually pretty nice shape. As for our third one, there it is. And that one's going to be a 46 Philly. Alright, 3 more wheat pennies. Definitely love to see all these wheat reverses. We got 4 rolls left to go in box 1. I bet we'll find something. Then we got box 2. 1 roll from then to box 1. And we have another wheat penny. 1950 Philly. Well, the very last roll did not disappoint. We got 3 more wheat pennies here. We got 1950 San Francisco. Back here. '51 Denver. And towards the end here it is. Another 1946 San Francisco. I'll do a count real quick because we had one epic box. And I'll bring you back in once we get our first box wrap up. Well, since it was such an epic box, I decided to count it. We got 37 total wheat pennies in one box. That's my new all-time record. Our oldest one was at 35S. We also got 4 shiny 1964 Canadian cents, along with a bunch of S-mints and one really nice 1962 Denver. And what's even more exciting is we might have the sister box right here. So let's get into this one next, and I'll bring you back in once we get it open. Roll number 2 of box 2, and we got our first wheat penny for the box. And it's an older one, 1940 Philly. Very next roll, and we got another one from the 40s. And this one's going to be a 1941 San Francisco. Next roll again, and we're at, can you believe it, wheat penny number 40. This one's going to be a 46 San Francisco. Looks like it spent some time in the ground. Still, I'll take it. That's wheat penny number 40, and we got plenty of rolls to go. Roll number 6, and this time we got a 50s wheat penny. 1955 Denver. Very next roll, and we got an earlier one from the 40s. 1942 San Francisco. Definitely glad to see those older ones. Let's get back to the hunt. Roll number 9, and we got another 40s wheat penny. This one's going to be a 1945 Philadelphia. Well, since we've been so successful finding wheat pennies, I figure we should do one live, because there's nothing quite like finding a wheat penny out in the wild. It's not going to be as clean as it usually is, but we'll see what we can do with one hand. Alright, well here we got it. We got a Canadian, 1977. Here's a wheat penny, 1951 Denver. We got another Canadian, this one's older. That's a young head. Super cool. Nicer 66. And that's going to do it. We got a wheat penny and 2 Canadians out of it. Pretty awesome. Let's keep on going to the next roll. Well, roll 15 is going to give us another wheat penny. Another one from the 40s. 1945 San Francisco. Very next roll, and we got another wheat penny, but we also have a Canadian back there. Let's check out this one first. We got 1955 Denver. And if you can see this here, that's definitely not a normal Canadian. That's a King George VI. And that's going to be from 1943. Definitely an older Canadian. Looks like it had some paint on it at one point. But that's super cool. Can't get much of an angle on it. But that's an old Canadian. I'll add that up to the Canadians up there. And we'll get back to the hunt. Very next roll. And we got another wheat penny. It's from the early 40s. It's going to be a 1944 San Francisco. In better shape too. Definitely glad to see that. Backside's in pretty nice shape as well. Awesome. Add that up there with our other 40s finds and we'll get back to it. Roll 18 and we got 2 more. We got a nicer one here. 1955 Denver. And back here we got another one. And this one's going to be a 1957, also from Denver. Awesome, 2 more 50s finds. I'll add those up there when they come in. And we'll get back to the hunt. Very next roll, and we got two more wheat pennies. We got 1958 Denver, and it's in really nice shape. Let's check out the reverse. And the reverse is in pretty nice shape too. Lots of detail in the wheat stalks. I'll definitely take it. We got a second one back here I just barely saw. It's going to be a 56 Denver. 31 rolls left to go. Roll 22, and we've got another interesting find here. We got a 1944 Philadelphia that looks to be plated in gold or something gold colored. That's kind of neat. Doesn't add any additional value, but it is kind of interesting to come across. So anyways, I'll add that up there with our 44s, and we'll get back to it. Roll 24, and I'm really excited right now. We got a super old coin in pretty nice shape. 1924 San Francisco. And look at that detail. That is awesome. Let's look at the reverse. Also really nice. Look at those details in the stalks. That's awesome. Dang near 100 years old. Let me check the mintage on this. I'm not too sure on the 20s with mint marks. But that is awesome. I'll be right back. Alright, we're back with that 24S. Got the book over here. 11.6 million minted, so definitely not a high mintage coin. That is super cool. I believe it's probably about VF. Got some pretty nice detail. $5 coin. Surprisingly low for a 20s wheat penny with a mint mark. But hey, I'll still take it. That is awesome. This is even our first hunt. And we got a 20s and a 30s. Super cool. Anyways, I'll add that there. That's our new oldest coin. We got a lot to hunt to go still. Halfway point now at box number 2. And we got another wheat penny. And it's got some nice detail to it. 1953 San Francisco. And the back's also really nice. Awesome. Definitely glad to see that. Add that to the board. We'll get back to it. We're at roll number 26 now, and check out who made an appearance again. We got a 1964 penny in BU shape. Definitely glad to see that. BU, if you don't know, means basically uncirculated, and that one definitely is. I'll add that to the finds up there. We've now got 5 of them. Anyways, 24 more rolls to go. Hopefully we can find some more good stuff. Roll 29 is going to give us one more from the early 40s. This one's going to be a 1941 Philadelphia. So we've already had that 24S, but check out what we just found now. We got a 1914 Philadelphia. And yes, I double checked. It is Philadelphia. Would be even more insane if it was a Denver. But we got a 1914 Philly. That is awesome. That's going to be our new oldest find. I feel like I keep saying that, but it's not every day you get so many nice old coins. Definitely a collection dump. But I am definitely glad to have it. Add that there. That's our new oldest find by a whole decade. And we got about 20 rolls left to go. Roll 37, and we've got another one. And this one's going to be a 1944 Philadelphia. Roll number 40 of box 2 and number 90 of the hunt. And we've got another loaded roll. Lots of goodies. Yeah, 1955 Denver. We got another shiny 64 Canadian. Back over here, I saw it earlier. There it is, 1944 Denver. And back here there was one more. 1949 Philly. Nice range of dates there. I'll add those to their spots. And we got 10 rolls to go. 7 rolls from the end of the hunt, and we got 2 more wheat pennies here. We got 1953 San Francisco. And back here we got one more. It's going to be a 1951 Philadelphia. Roll 46, a box 2. And we've got another pre-40s. We got a 1937 Philly. Looks like it was cleaned at some point. I'll still take it. We're trying to fill out some spots. Awesome. Add that up there with our other 30s and our other cool finds. We got 4 rolls left to go. 1 roll from the end and we got another 50s find. It's going to be a 57 Denver. Alright, well we made it to the fun part. We're going to do a quick recap and I'm going to see how many spots we can fill. Starting off with the estimates, we got 65. We got 16 Canadian cents, including a 43 King George VI, and 6 nice uncirculated 1964 Canadian pennies. We also got 40 nicer copper cents. Some of them aren't as nice, but I figure they'll fill some spots. For 50s wheat pennies, we got 31. That is insane. We also got 29 from the 40s. And 4 older ones, making for 64 wheat pennies in total. We got a 37 Philadelphia, 35 San Francisco, 1924S, and a 1914 Philadelphia. Now I previously just checked the book, and my own book is not as nice as this 24S is right here. However, I'm going to stick true to the series. I'm going to add it to these new folders, and we'll see what kind of goodies we can get. It's almost unfair to have so many wheat pennies, but half the fun is upgrading them through time, so only time will tell. But let's get started on these books. It's going to take some time. Alright, well we're back now after updating the albums, and I gotta say we filled out quite a bit. 116 out of 270 spots. Let's take a look at the books. Start with the oldest one. We got the reverse. We got a 1914. We got that 24S. And we even got 2 from the 30s. The 35S and the 37. As for book number 2, we got a lot of spots filled in it. Thanks in part to all the wheat pennies we got. I'll just go through it slowly here so you can see what we got and how the progress is going. As you can see, we got some really nice memorial cents. That 59D is in really nice shape. Same with that 61 Philadelphia. We got a couple nice early 60s here as well. And we got some S-mints from the 70s and 60s that were in better shape. So I added those in. We probably could have filled this whole page out, but I wanted to start off with some nicer ones. I figure we'll get some eventually. But that's that for that book. Now on to the newest one. We got some shiny copper cents. We almost got all of the 82s. We're just missing the 1982 Philadelphia large date. And here's our progress for the second page. You can see a lot of the Philadelphia mints don't have anything, which I found kind of interesting. But it makes sense because we're on the west coast here. And as for the third page, we got some spots filled, but there's still plenty of progress to go. But anyways, that's the progress for the book so far, and I'm definitely pleased with it. We got some really nice boxes. Super excited for next week. Hopefully we can get some more good stuff. Until next time, happy hunting. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.